Hello there. Yes, good Friday, UK. Those kind of things from Mr. Williams. That was a rather good film, actually, apart from the soft soapy bits about Vietnamese kids. Anyway, yeah, leaving that aside, I thought today, first day of Holes, yip, is we'd return to Kevin Lister, because it was quite intriguing yesterday watching the news not coming out about him. All those organisations that had been running soft soap pieces on him, like the Mail and the Telegraph and the Free Speech Union et al., were conspicuously silent. If you do a search for news articles, you get the BBC one that came out on the day and the GB News one that came out on the day and his local paper, and because, of course, you can't spin this as a win in any way, shape or form because he lost. Even if magically he'd done just a tiny bit, something that Swindon College had managed to do wrong, but they didn't. They did everything right, and his students did everything right, and he did everything wrong, because if you actually look at the stuff that came out of the tribunal, at every fork in the roads, he chose the one marked, "You're going to be sacked." Couldn't help it, but of course that's Christians for you. They know better than everyone else, particularly about science and reality. Yes, anyway, he did get a very soft soap interview on GB News yesterday. There's a link down below, you can have a look at that for yourself, from two concerned parents as interviewers. We'll come back to that particular one. Nothing really for the guy to say. He's the same age as me, but he is one of those people that make me feel like I'm at least 35 years younger than them when I stand in the same room as them. It's just a different century stuff, realistically. You can see why this guy floundered one way or another, but just an idiot for even pursuing things this far, because of course he's in the right, because God has told him he's in the right. All these Christians who are teachers that believe in science, like Miriam Gates, it really is something. Later on, there was a very interesting, do watch this, interviewing with lawyer Sam Fowles, who stated it like it was, which is it didn't have a leg to stand on, and was just awful to his students. And, you know, the two GB News hoods presenters just push back because they don't want to talk about Kevin's case, realistically. They want to talk about the rights of parents. And they can't really get their heads around the idea that, yeah, sometimes parents don't know best. You know, I'm a teacher of 20 years standing, SEN teacher of 20 years standing. I know better than most of my parents most of the time. Okay, I will always listen to them. I will very often defer to them. But I don't assume that they know more than me or that they know better than me. I appreciate that parents have a hard time. I'm a parent. I know what it's like, okay? But at the same time, I know what I'm doing. And I know when my colleagues are not knowing what they're doing. Should we say that? But yeah, do watch that. It's a great piece. And also it's worthwhile just having a look at Debbie Hayden, who's got a piece that cropped up yesterday evening in The Spectator. And she says there, rightly so, that the guy did it all wrong. You know, as I said to you a few days ago when I first read some of the stuff that was coming out about this, I was just horrified that somebody could do this, that somebody could just treat their students in such an awful way and expect the weight of the establishment to back them up. Kudos to the students involved, student A and student B, who again show just how great young people can be in these circumstances. They do know best because, you know, when you're 17 these days, you're a pretty sussed individual in a way that I think I wasn't necessarily at 17, and I think an awful lot of adults aren't either. There is this spurious idea, I mean, just sort of going back to that GB News interview, there's this spurious idea that magically teachers can do things with young people against their will, that I can stand in front of a group of kids and they'll come out better informed about Karl Marx than they were when they went in. Oh, actually, yeah, that does happen because I teach sociology, but I think I can honestly say in my 20 years of teaching that I've never influenced any of my students politically or sexually, if you can put it as sounds iffy, that sort of way, in any way, shape or form. Yeah, as I say, there are a lot of people on the right who seem to believe that a teacher can stand in front of a class of young people and make them believe things that they don't. They can't. Okay, that's why you end up with all these stupid government initiatives over knife crime. Well, just get the teachers to tell them it's wrong. Yeah, because, you know, if you're 14, you can't figure out that stabbing somebody has certain moral implications yourself. Farcical notions about what it is to be a human being, and even more farcical notions about what it is to be 14, 15, 16, 17 or 18. Too young to make up your own mind. I don't think you are. I don't think you are in a lot of ways at 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18, and I treat my students in that way. I treat them with a level of dignity and respect which they should deserve, and for the most part I am repaid with the same compliment. Kevin, for some bizarre reason, has decided that he doesn't want to play that game. Okay, mate, don't. But don't do it around children. There are some people I meet that I think shouldn't be special needs teachers, and there are some people I meet that I think just shouldn't be teachers, and I think Kevin, rightly, isn't a teacher anymore. So, do have a good long weekend. It might not rain, I know.